Do you know what? To be quite honest with you, you will not have a clue. You will not have an idea how come you feel the way you are actually going to feel at the beginning of this week. I'm going to tell you this, my gorgeous Torini, whether you believe this or not, but this week it's going to be remarkable for you. The reason why is specifically with your particular sign. It's to do with numerology, it's to do with energy, and at the same time, it's to do with this really powerful vibrations. Why? Because we have got this week in between the 6th and the 12th of February 2023. Now I'm very keen on the actual numbers 7th of February for example, and I'm also very keen on number 11. Now we have got number 7 and you have got number 11, but especially when it comes to you, this in itself is going to make you aware of one of the biggest aspects of your life. It's about one of the biggest things in your life that inspires you so much, that makes you feel so good about yourself, that makes you feel so passionate, is about an opportunity that you're actually going to have. And that opportunity that you're going to have, this is going to mean to you so much, because on another hand, it's going to feel like you were waiting for this your whole eternity. Do you know what I mean? We were waiting for this for absolute years, absolute centuries, my gorgeous Torini. So this is why this is going to be so important, because this week it's also bringing you your own spiritual awakening, where you are going to be able to see things in a completely different light, which is all going to boil down to the moment, and it's going to start right from the beginning of this week. So you're not only going to become aware of an opportunity of your lifetime. This is not an opportunity that just is going to kind of manifest and it's going to happen just then and there. No, baby, no. It is like to do with strictly what was happening in your life within the last 24 months. You have been through a lot. You've learned so much about yourself, but especially when it comes to exactly 7 months ago, you had this idea, you had this realization, you came across something that inspired you, like, oh my God, like never before. And then poof, everything gone, everything disappeared. Why? Because this 7 months period was so important. It was an important part, or an essential part of your spiritual journey, because you had to go through certain things in order to learn and experience certain things, in order to get to this moment in time where you are literally gonna see things in a completely different light, but you're not going to be able to connect the dots just yet. The dots you're gonna be able to connect with in the next 3 or 4 months, where so much is gonna happening in your life within the next 3 or 4 months, and you will see exactly within the next 3 or 4 months you are gonna be able to connect the dots, because you are really kind of have this photogenic memory with certain things that you've actually picked up and that you've learned, and you will know and understand that without that you wouldn't be able to come to this moment in time, because you wouldn't have a level of understanding that you actually have now. So this is why exactly 7 months ago you had this idea, but you just kind of felt so, my God, elevated about it. You felt something that you haven't felt in absolute years, and then other things happened, and then you kind of forgot about it. Where you didn't forget about it, it was right stuck right at the back of your subconscious mind, and it was guiding you, sacred guidance, when you don't even realize. You suddenly, it comes to us in form of like, you know, when we do something odd and we are impulsive about something, but we can't really understand this. So you had lots of impulsive situations within the last 7 years, within the last 7 months. You had lots of like impulsive situations where you responded to lots of things like, oh my God, maybe I should have thought about it better, type of thing. No, baby, no, it needed to happen in this way. So through these impulsive situations, the way we respond sometimes in life, we really learn the most, you know, because we don't have a time to like waste our time with like over analyzation, because that's not us. That's not our image. You see, when we overanalyze, then that means that we don't trust our voice, our intuition, our spiritual journey. We ignore ourselves. So until we reach this moment of wiseness, this level of wiseness, then we can't really move on with our lives. So the next 7 months were absolutely mind-blowingly important when it comes to you learning so much about yourself, so much about your spirituality, so much about what you want in your life, and so much about the world outside as well. There is so much that you've learned radiant and your eyes were absolutely open to the point like they've never been opened before. So this is all about this idea that you had within the last, exactly 7 months ago, and that particular idea that you are going to have. So now basically you are really going to, so that particular idea is going to play a huge role when it comes to the beginning of this week now. Okay, so it's important. So you see what I mean? It's not just a little week in my gorgeous Torini's life. This is going to be big. Do you know what I mean? You're opening a gorgeous book, and once you open it, it's like, oh my God, there's so much to do, so much to explore. One thing is going to lead to another, and this is because this is strictly connected to your soul purpose and to your spiritual journey. Okay, so this is going to be felt on a completely different level. So now going back to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Torini, it's all going to start with energy being completely different, completely bizarre. You will not be able to understand and explain where this energy is coming from. You're going to feel really clear, you're going to feel really sharp, you're going to feel really powerful, you're going to feel really clever, you're going to feel really energetic, you're going to feel really keen and eager. But also when it comes to your mental state of mind, it's going to be like, ooh la la, I'm so keen and eager. But also on another hand, it's going to reflect a lot on your physicality. You know, it's going to reflect a lot like on your energy. So you are going to start feeling very, very strong and very energetic. So it's like, oh my God, you're going to feel elevated as never before. So the fact is that from the 6th of February, right on the 6th and the 7th of February are going to be big mamas. Why? Because on the 6th and the 7th of February, my gorgeous, on the 6th and the 7th of February, my gorgeous Torini, it's like basically you are really going to, on the 6th and the 7th of February, so you're going to feel really energetic, you're going to feel really powerful, you're going to feel really strong, but at the same time, you are really going to find yourself, from the moment you wake up on the 6th and the 7th of February, you are going to feel so kind of, you're gonna feel very like kind of different from the moment you wake up. But something is going. Sorry about this. It's taking me ages. But something is going to be on your mind. Something is going to be on your mind. This is so important to pay attention to that particular thing that is going to be on your mind. No matter what this is, regardless what this is. So you need to pay attention to what exactly it's going to be on your mind on the very 6th and the very 7th of February 2023. This in itself is going to really kind of be connected to that idea that you said that you had exactly 7 months ago. That particular thing that is going to be on your mind, it's going to be the direct result of that particular idea that you had 7 months ago. And now you're going to be reminded of that idea. Now it's time, my gorgeous Torini. You are going to be reminded of that idea for a reason, for a very, 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 very powerful and for a very, very specific reason. And this is something that is going to be on your mind, and you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it whatsoever. Like, oh my God, you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it whatsoever. Spiritually, you're going to be ridiculously open. And then on another hand, you are going to go in this mode of some kind of contemplation, because something is still gonna kind of keep on bringing you down, because it's like you are gonna be in this contemplation. Oh my God, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do this, and how I'm gonna do this. You know, you are really going to like, this means to me so much. But then again, at the same time, something really amazing is going to happen, because somebody who is like later on that day, somebody who is like kind of in your life, somebody who's very consistent, as somebody who's consistent in such a way where they let you know like a certain specific message that you know it's true, and that particular person is going to come forward and they're going to make you aware of something, and what you're going to find out about, it's going to mean to you so much, because it's going to clear some kind of suspicion. It's going to clear some kind of suspicion that was like still kind of like still very heavy when it comes to your mind, and when it comes to you reflecting on some kind of suspicion that was really holding you down. So that message message that you're going to, again, by the end of the day, through someone very kind of consistent in your life, somebody friendly and somebody nice and somebody honest, this is going to mean to you so much, because it's going to be like, oh, thank God. It's going to clear you being suspicious about something or someone. And this is going to mean the world of everything to you, because at the same time, it's going to really make you feel instantly confident now when it comes to you manifesting something, when it comes to you starting something, when it comes to you realizing the importance of following your passion and not waiting anymore. You waited enough, my gorgeous Taurini. So now it's time to actually literally go forward with your life. The wait is literally over, and now it's entirely down to you and up to you how you're going to do this. When you become aware of this information through someone really consistent in your life, this is going to almost as if like the big weight of your shoulder, it's going to be lifted at the same time, but it's more about you like, oh, finally becoming very creative now, becoming very excited at all sorts of ideas that you're going to have at this moment in time. Or so much is going to start making you feel optimistic about yourself and about your future. And you know what? You need this. This is going to make you feel so good about yourself. You're going to realize how special you are, how different you are, but you're also going to realize how much this actually mean to you. So all this is going to contribute towards you becoming more and more and more confident about manifesting something in your life. This is a big mama. Look at this. It's about you manifesting something in your life, but this is also a very good sign that this manifestation, it's going to be super successful. You need to do this because this is going to change your life. This is the part of who you are. So I'm sorry if this is too confusing. I'm really sorry, but it's to do with an aspect of your life that you know that you need to plunge in. You know that you need to dive in. You know that you need to tap into, because it's to do with your spiritual purpose, spiritual soul. It's not going to leave you alone, baby, until you go for it. So this is something that means to you so much. Oh my God, he's so vague. He's so vague. No, I'm not vague. How can I possibly be vague if I'm telling you that this means to you so much? And it's going to be on your mind persistently. Okay, and it's something that you must be like silly not to go for it, because every single sign and every single aspect of your life, my gorgeous Taurini, was leading to this moment in time. So it's about you being able to manifest something. You see this, baby? Okay. It's about you manifesting something, actually doing this, and this is going to change your life for the like, oh my God, in the best possible way. And even more so, it's not only about you kind of understanding that now it's time to manifest this, now it's time to start this. You will know exactly how you're going to do this, because you are also going to, because of that information that you're going to have that was making you being suspicious about something. It was like kind of, it was affecting you more than you can possibly imagine. But that also, that information that you're going to get by someone, it's going to open your eyes, and it's going to kind of make you aware of the fact to be strong now, to be confident now. Because the reason why you didn't want to do this is because you were worrying about your finances and about your financial situation, and it's something to do with the finances. But it's all about you having your eyes open and look at this situation from a completely different angle, opposed to like, oh no, I need to do it. No, I want to do it. No, like, I need to do it. Oh my God, I must do it. I need to do it. No, baby, no, I want to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. Because there was something that was also like kind of preventing you to do this, because you were worrying about your finances, something to do with the finances. But that's exactly why do you actually need to do this. So by that information that you're going to have through someone really consistent in your life, you're also going to have this moment where you are going to be able to see a completely different perspective. Instead of seeing as this as something really bad and dark, you will see something as an amazing challenge. And it is going to in exactly February 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. By the end of December 2023, this will explode. By the end of December 2023, your life will be completely different in the best possible way. You will have things you don't have now. You will enjoy things you don't enjoy now. And your life is going to be so much more complete. And you're going to look at the things that are happening in your life right now, and you're going to be thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I've done so much in as little as time. So this is going to lead towards a massive, huge, enormous achievement. Why? Because you're trusting yourself. You're trusting yourself. You're listening to yourself. You put yourself as a number one, opposed to listening to people who don't make sense on the outside, who tell you to do something that even more doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? Don't ever, ever, ever give your spirit away. You give your spirit away by doing things that don't make sense to you. You find a way to do things that you love and enjoy and make the most of it, okay? It's all about like kind of living with your passion, living for your passion and enjoying your life and understanding that we are not on this earth forever. The life goes so quick like this, and then we are reborn in something else. We reborn and reborn and reborn and reborn. And when we are reborn, each time we forget, we don't remember. We may have like a little deja vus, you know, but you're just reborn as someone else, you know. So it's only very little time that we have on this earth, you see. So this is why this is important to remember, because by this, the big wish is going to actually come true. My gorgeous Torini, you see this? A big wish is going to come true. It's like absolutely amazing. And also, my gorgeous Torini, what else I was going to say at the beginning of this week, you know, you are going to realize, you know, this is all going to lead towards you realizing and knowing very strongly that this is a very wise choice for you to do. Because you are really, first of all, you are worrying about finances and things like that, but then by the end of the week, you're going to realize that this is actually needed, you know, to improve your finances. This is going to actually be super wise choice, because at the same time, at around the end, at the beginning of this week, you're going to have a sign, very personal sign, very personal indication, at around the time when you see the numbers 111, 777, 333, okay? If you see these numbers, that's brilliant. That's just like kind of a powerful indication beforehand for you to understand that very soon after that moment in time, you will realize that you are doing a wise choice here, because you are going to be able to protect what's yours. Even if you don't see these numbers, it doesn't really matter. You are still going to have a very personal sign, which is going to make you aware of the fact that you are doing the right thing by doing this, because you're doing something really wise, because somehow through that sign, you will realize that you're actually protecting what's yours. Very, very important, my gorgeous Torini, indeed. And also, like, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, but you are going to have like a really weird experience when it comes to the specific, when it comes to someone, you know, you are going to have like a really weird experience, and that particular person that you are going to have a really weird experience around, this is no one who is in your life, like connected to you, no one who you really care about. It's not a family member, it's not a friend, so it's no one that you should actually care about whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? It's like maybe you work, someone who you work with, or someone who you see every now and then. It doesn't really matter. It's not someone who you are emotionally connected with, but that particular person, you are going to have a really, really weird experience, because you are really kind of going to find out something that it's really going to make you surprised, like how someone can actually do this. And that in itself, it's actually, you know what, first of all, this weird experience that you're going to have around someone, it's more about you finding out what someone has done, and then you're going to be like, oh my god, that's awful. But then again, there is something else that you're going to find, and now this is going to sound crazy, but then again, something else is going to happen that you're going to find out through that particular person who's done something weird, something really strange, something really weird, something really unusual. First of all, you're going to be like, oh my god, how weird, this is weird. And then at the same time, there is something else that you're going to become aware of that particular person, what that particular person has done. Somebody a little bit naughty and somebody a little bit cheeky. But then that in itself, it's really going to open your eyes, and it's going to help you out with some kind of problem that you have, where you kind of got stuck. Because through that naughty and cheeky person, it's like you're going to realize how to do something, you know, how to apply something to your life. I'm not saying that you're following something naughty, someone naughty, cheeky and unusual. I'm just trying to help you to recognize who this person is. I'm not saying that this person is necessarily evil, but you're going to be blown away with something that they did, but it's naughty and cheeky. But then at the same time, there is something else that you're going to find out that that person did, that you are going to find quite clever, and you will want to kind of apply this to the certain problem. And this is going to be such an enlightening moment in time indeed, because it's going to kind of really make so much clear for you in terms of the actual clarity. Through that person, you are kind of somehow going to understand something very specific about yourself when it comes to you reaching an important stage of your spiritual journey, even more so knowing what to do, and even more so realizing that after that moment in time, you will have exactly what you need to have in order to make a really, really powerful step, bold move when it comes to you following those things that you're extremely passionate about, and those things that make your spirit rise, and those things that make your soul rise. At the same time, you are giving a birth to some kind of creation here without even realizing. The land is going to be ridiculously fertile. The spirituality, in terms of spirituality, this is going to be such a fertile stage where you are going to be planting spiritual seeds. So try to be as optimistic throughout this week as you possibly can, because if you waste your time and you waste this energy and keep on being miserable and negative and sad, then this is going to in turn kind of into massive challenges later on. And this is purely because it's such a spiritual fertile week, if you see what I mean, because even without you realizing, you are already planting spiritual seeds here. Why? Because you are having the midweek. It's all about you releasing yourself from a bondage that does not serve you whatsoever, because of this beginning of understanding that you are going to have. And now this is all about you reaching towards enlightenment, where you are also at the same time kind of going to become aware of, at around the midweek, of a very, very interesting opportunities that are very soon going to arise for you, because you're going to be doing this. This is absolutely brilliant indeed. Yet another powerful indication. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Taurini, so now is the time when I'm going to say that, you must not be challenged by this person. This is someone who is in your life, someone who is now it's someone who is a family member, or it's like a really good and old friend. Something happened in between you two. Something negative happened, and you've fallen out, or you drifted apart. But for some reason, you feel extremely defensive when it comes to that person, but you should not feel defensive when it comes to that person, because this is someone who really loves you. This is someone who's very emotional about you, and this is someone who's maybe getting a little bit worried about you as well. Do you know what I mean? So you need to kind of not be defensive about that person. I really hope that makes sense. So someone whom you have fallen out with or had a disagreement with, but it is a family member, someone important in your life. As soon as that person tries to reach to you at around the end of the week, you're instantly going to be like, no baby, no, but you shouldn't. And you're instantly going to feel defensive. So now you need to really kind of come out of it. And I really hope that you really try to kind of work on this, because it's someone who is trying to return into your life, and you mean to that person so much, but you have kind of maybe put a certain barriers around you. You need to discuss something. You need to really discuss something. You need to talk about something. You need to have an important conversation here, because something happened in between you two because of the pure pettiness, and because of the pure pettiness. And now it's time for you two to kind of reconnect. This is so important. And maybe nothing major happened in between you. Maybe you just drifted apart. But for some reason, you're just going to feel a little bit defensive as soon as you hear from that person. So please, let your spirituality take over. Be yourself and snap out of it. You need to reconnect with this person, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is so important, because you are going to have a spiritual reward when it comes to this. This is you have no idea how much this is actually going to help you, because maybe you're not even aware of the fact how much this was actually affecting you and affecting your life. There is a very big part of you that it's actually gone, that it's missing until you reconnect with this person. So you just need to really maybe play differently, maybe try to kind of prepare yourself for this person reaching forward, and try to, instead of being defensive, try to see what this person is going to say to you. This person, on another hand, has got something very important to say to you as well. This person has got something very important to say to you. And when you find out what this person is going to tell you, you're going to be really, really glad that this person reached forward. You know, life is too short to be petty. Life is too short to, I'm not saying you're petty, but please don't get me wrong. This life is too short to hold grudges, but especially with those people in our lives that mean us, you know, the most, that means to us so much. So that's what I want to say. So it's so important, because in terms of spirituality, like, I do see that you will, you know, kind of go forward. I do see that you're gonna come on top here. I do see that you're gonna like have a reconnection, but it's just also after that, after you reconnect with that person, you will see how much better you're gonna feel. And in terms of spirituality, you're gonna have all sorts of like kind of ideas, and you're gonna start thinking about things spiritual things that, you know, you didn't do in absolute ages. So you will see that it was affecting your life so much, and ultimately you're both going to be so much happier after this moment in time as well. And also, when it comes to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Torini, what else I was going to say to you is just pay attention to this sudden urge, you know, to actually learn something. You're going to feel this absolutely mind-blowing urge, especially when it comes to the 11th and 12th of February. The 11th and the 12th of February, you know, you are really gonna want to find out more about something. There is like something that you're gonna see in between the 11th and the 12th of February, something that you're going to come across now again, and what you're gonna see, it's really going to inspire you. But you will know that, you know, this is gonna make you feel really passionate, and you're gonna feel an instant connection. But you will know at the same time that you're gonna need to learn more. You're gonna need to find out more. And as soon as you tap into this, as soon as you make the first step, what do you need to find out a little bit more? Let's say you need to read like a half a book or something. And then as soon as you open that book, half a book, you know, let's say you need to read a book, and as soon as you open a book, you know, as soon as you start the process of reading, like, oh my God, something really crazy is going to happen. And I can't even explain it to you how this is going to happen, but it's about you just like really following your intuition and paying attention to what it has sparked such an interest in your life that you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it whatsoever. Where this is going to be a sign to step into it, because it's very difficult to explain, but somehow this is going to bring like really an adventure into your life, an adventure that you did not ask for, an adventure that you did not think it's going to happen, but an adventure that it's going to become so significant, and it's going to make you aware of like such an interesting things that you should be paying attention to in bringing into your life immediately, that it's going to be impossible for you to ignore this, impossible not to do this. So it's all about paying attention to what exactly is now going to inspire you on the 11th and the 12th of February, and just take on and just start the process of like kind of learning, reading and finding out, and you will see in no time this is going to bring you towards some kind of adventure. And even more so, you will become aware of like an amazingly mind-blowing bright prospects that this is going to bring into your life. This in itself, it's really kind of going to make you aware. This in itself is really going to remind you of a vision that of the actual vision, how you want your life to be. You will know that this is the part of your vision, and you will also know that this is going to bring so many interesting, amazing people into your life as well. This in itself, it's the part of the clear direction that you just must go on almost immediately, my gorgeous Torini, indeed. So now I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see, what is going to be an oracle card of the week. So I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Torini. So your oracle card, oracle card of the week is going to be, okay, Voyage. You see, the whole new journey, it's about to start. You have been prepared for this moment for a long, long, long time. You're so much more clever now. You're so much more wiser. You're so much more open-minded. There was so much that you've actually learned within the last couple of years, indeed, let alone what was happening in your life, especially within the last 7 months. You need to understand that the beginning of this week, it's also the beginning of a very, very special journey in your life. And this special journey in your life, it's also going to require from you to trust yourself, follow your intuition, follow your internal guidance, and then at the same time, this is what you need exactly in order to go forward. Absolutely brilliant indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Torini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. Mwah.